Hey, how's it going? I'm feeling a bit better. My voice is back to normal-ish. It's been a great wipe so far. Player count's up. It seems like everyone's having a really good time. So I put together a compilation of some combat clips from this weekend so far. I'm going to add a bit of commentary. If you're new around here, I focus mainly on fighter and using a sword and shield build. I think it's a really fun way to play melee-focused combat. So that's what you can expect. Here we go. Whoa. No. That was a jump scare. He's up top in the dark. Let's just close this door. Second wind. Okay. He's stuck in here with me. Oops. Oh, that was very, very close. Okay, to start things off, this is the second raid of the wipe for me. I had just killed a bard, and was taking a second to collect myself. Whoa. That was a horrible jump scare. Because I've never, in the entire time I played this game, seen a ranger or had anyone hide up in that spot that ranger was hiding. So I didn't expect him at all. That was a jump scare. So I'm just trying to get it. I have no idea how to get there. Let's just close this door. And then, here comes his feet. As I'm trying to move through the doorway, he's really smart. He puts a trap in the doorway. He knows I have to go there. So I hit the trap. I figured my only defense now is just to close the door. So I close the door. Second wind. And I second wind. And then my goal is to stay alive as long... There's like a little trap counter that it counts down. As long as you can just sit, use your shield, and park, stay alive. Eventually, if it's a low enough quality trap, it will let you out. So I just want to wait the timer out. The door pushes me. Okay. There. Now I'm out of the trap. I close the door. I didn't expect to catch him. This is a great way to kill rangers. If you can trap them inside a door that's closing. I didn't plan on this to happen, but it was just kind of a bonus. He's stuck in here with me. So, a few things here. I'm whiffing. This is like I'm still a bit warming up a bit. I'm missing a lot of my shots. I can also tell he's good because he's got his skull skin. This is like the Pathfinder reward from a previous season. So I know this guy isn't a Timmy, obviously. It makes me feel less bad about actually fighting him. Oops. Oh, that was very, very close. I think he lost the fight because he thought I was running away. It's another kind of advanced strategy you can use. If you are in trouble, even if you're not in trouble, you can pretend to run, and classes like a ranger or a cleric will use that as an excuse to heal up. So you saw the ranger took his forest biscuits. He hits me. I kind of go to run, just pretending to run. Like that little head fake, I think, is what won me the fight because he thought I was running. He took a second to stop attacking, and because of that, oh, that was very, very close. I got the kill. Okay. Win the axis. Combo reset. Third one. I blocked it. Wow. Okay, this clip actually happens later that same raid. Time is running out. I'm moving towards static exit. You can block traps with your shield. I didn't know that. And then, yeah, someone creeping behind me. In the axis. A longsword. I have no interest in following him into the axis. He has to come to me. The exit is behind me, so I'm content just to wait here and let him make a move. I miss with my crossbow, and he's very smart. He also is a skull, or is like a skelly skin, so this tells me that he's not a new player, right? He waits for me to switch away from my melee to fire a shot because he knows in the time it takes me to switch back to my weapon, he can rush in and probably get a hit in. So he comes for me, jumps, but then surprisingly aims low. I have a lot of body exposed below my shield. My legs and my feet are very exposed. So he aims low to hit my legs. Thankfully, though, my shield does clip his longsword, which I hear, so that lets me know he's not going to follow through with this combo. His combo has to reset after I block his attack. After I partially block his attack. Combo reset. Third one. Okay, so there I got a bit sloppy. He got his first hit, and then his second hit in the combo. I figured he was going for the kill shot, and so I know to look up and left to block that third longsword attack, and thankfully I could. I blocked it. And then he turns to run to second wind, but at that point, it's too late. I can finish him off. Wow. See that sequence again. Combo reset. Third one. I blocked it. That's all she wrote. Oh, I got him. GG, man. First parry kill. Okay, I'm going to bring it back for this clip a little bit because I want to show you how embarrassingly bad the start of this fight was. Take care of these little mobs. Get hit by the poison foolishly. I think I can crossbow that, but I forget about the cobwebs. And then I hear steps. And this is a horrible position to be in because I've taken damage. My crossbow isn't reloaded, and now someone's here and knows I'm here, and I have to take the fight. So the only thing I can do is just try to find a little corner of darkness and wait to see who it is. So that's what I do. It's a Warlock. He's casting. He misses his curse, thankfully. And then I'm able to use my small lantern shield to actually block the second curse, which was very lucky. Now the fight's on, and that little juke there tells me this guy is not messing around. He charges his BOC, he does this little swipe around to get back to his forehand, and then hits me with the falchion. So that was a really good move, and when I saw that, I was like, uh-oh, I gotta be careful with this guy because he knows his way around melee. I'm gonna wind it back so we can see it again. So he hits me once, and then hits the wall there, luckily. Misses. So there, I thought I blocked that shot. I must not have turned enough. Maybe he went low at the last minute, but it was a partial block. He hit me, but I also blocked the weapon, so I knew it reset his combo. Gives me a second to pull back and pop my second wind. I missed my block on that curse. He smacks me in the face. I got a lucky dodge there. Oh, I got him. And then, holy crow, killed with the parry shield. First ever time making a kill with the lantern shield. It was because I was lucky enough, I think, to block off the little antenna. There's just enough of a hitbox on this top of the shield. You can clip a swiping weapon pretty easily, I'm learning, with these little antenna. And then if you do that, the parry is charged up and you can go to town. So let's watch it again. I missed that one. Block. Oh, I got him. And then the parry kill. GG, man. First parry kill. So, it's definitely high risk, high reward, but it's a lot of fun, and I think they fixed the timing. Back before the wipe, they put this on the regular servers, but the timing after the parry was just so tight, it was almost impossible. It looks like they fixed that, so it's definitely more like longsword parry timing. If you've ever messed around with longsword parrying, the lantern shield is very similar to that, and definitely worth a go if you can get used to blocking with a much smaller shield. GG's, guys. So for this clip, I dropped into a duos server because I find it's fun to mess around in 1v2 sometimes. But I got a bit stuck here in the spider nest module. Whenever I'm doing 1v2 or 1vx, I almost always have to have the drop on them to have a chance. I can hear people in this room, and they're coming this way, but I didn't have a chance to set up the way I wanted, and then I fell down this little hole. So this is a mistake. Now I'm kind of stuck. Okay, so gotta make it work. Here I am, stuck in a hole. I see a rogue, and I think a ranger. And also I see the skeleton skin. So this tells me again, these are not new players, these are experienced players. I have to be a bit more careful. He definitely spots me. And I'm just trying to make some space and collect myself before the fight. Fighting with darkness behind you is always an advantage. And I want my heater shield because it's easier to block wild attacks. Okay. I was lucky to be able to separate them early in the fight. This is always my intention, it's always my goal in 1vx to separate the party, because if you can get one player off alone, it's a lot easier to focus them down, kill them, and then return to whoever's left in the fight. In this case, it's a ranger, and rangers are always a great target to rush down. I hit the wall, unfortunately, but managed to get some blocks on the rogue. So man, I'm in trouble here. Okay. There was a flurry of attacks. I managed to block some. I got hit more than I wanted to, had to pop my second wind, and now, again, unfortunately, both players are in front of me. I don't have anyone separated, and so I have to decide how this is going to go. On top of that, I ran into some cobwebs, and so my action speed is like cut in half, and so the next couple of swings are going to be really painfully slow. Managed to score a headshot anyway, and then I'm able to catch the ranger alone. And after one more clutch block on the rogue, that's a win. GG's, guys. Definitely lucky. I think that my heavy armor saved me here. The second wind saved me here. And the fact that I was able to keep them kind of separate. Maybe if that ranger had pulled back and used the bow, I would have been in more trouble. GG, man. So this clip starts in the third raid of the wipe. I'm not looking for PvP, I'm just looking to loot up and get out. But I heard someone and I spot the wizard. I can hear him casting, I know I don't have much time. Here I want to switch to my buckler. And the reason I switch to my buckler is because I'm running shield mastery. With shield mastery I get a movement speed bonus when I'm in the defensive position. So if I put my buckler on, it has a very low movement speed penalty. In the blocking position, I actually get an additional movement speed bonus. So that's going to help me close the gap on the wizard. I want to rush the wizard, I know that. I put my buckler on to help me move even faster to close the gap. So here I pop sprint, buckler out, moving really quick. The other advantage to having my block out is with the perk Barricade, I get another 50 magic resist. So I'm able to tank his fireball or whatever spell he's going to throw at me more easily because I'm in that blocking position. I've got the extra magic resist. His spells do even less damage to me. Poor guy there gets a bit of splash damage from the fireball, and then it really isn't much to finish him off. GG, man. So this battle was won because I think I was able to close the gap on him faster than he expected, and that's thanks to the buckler and shield mastery.
I see you, fucker. I knew you existed. Follow the bitch.
Sprints up. Oh my god. GG's, dudes. Barb might notice. Okay, so for this clip, I was stalking this duo for most of the map, for maybe like 5 minutes. Finally caught up with them. And I don't want to fight them in the central room, because there's not a lot of places to do an ambush, but I kind of made a mistake and came in too far. They noticed the darkness in the room, and now he sees me. Okay, so the fight starts. My goal is really just to block. I don't even have much of a plan. I realize at this point that it's probably best for me to keep the Barb between me and the Warlock to prevent him from casting his curse. So that's what I'm trying to do, just to get some 1v1 on the Barbarian. Good block there. He misses that first curse. He hits me with the second curse. I've got a chance to rush down the Barbarian a little bit, but he's too fast for me and he's running away. I can also hear steps coming from the Warlock to my right, so I know I have to disengage from the Barb, turn around and deal with this Warlock. I got a half block there, and then he parries my attack. We're pretty close, so I know the only chance I have to get out of the way of damage here is to duck. So I duck his first attack, and then was able to block his third attack. That was, like, I was pretty happy with that result. Happens again. I think I managed to duck and look up. Maybe he was aiming way too high, and then again blocked the third attack, and then was able to finish off the Warlock. Okay, so now it's just me and the Barb. And I'm just trying to block his attacks. Block, hit, block. We're both low, I know. I figured he's being pretty aggro. He's going to come in for the killing strike. And so I commit to my attack and was able to catch him. Oh my god. And win the fight. GG's, dudes. Super good fight. Super close call. I was really happy with that one. This next clip is an extended fight with a Warlock. I'm only going to play it once with commentary because it's a bit longer. Normally I wouldn't include this kind of thing in a highlight compilation because it's not exactly action-packed combat, but if you're looking to improve your playstyle, your fighter game against kiting classes like Warlocks, then I think there's a lot to learn from reviewing the whole fight. So he sees me early. He sees me trying to turn off some lights. Normally I'd like to get the drop on these kinds of classes, but he saw me, so I've lost the element of surprise. Because I've lost surprise, my goal is to keep objects between me and him to make him come closer to me. He can't cast on me if there's something in between us, so I'm trying to keep this obstacle between us to get him closer. He gets close enough to cast, and I've got my heater shield out. You can block curses with the heater shield, and that's a really good thing against these guys because they don't expect that very often, and it can kind of throw them for a loop. So I'm able to block 2 of his curses. That throws him off. He decides to phantomize to make some distance. I happen to have a fire pot in my inventory, and that was lucky. I wish this was a better throw, because maybe I could get my first ever fire pot kill on a phantomized Warlock. But just for those who don't know, Warlocks in phantomized form are extra susceptible to magic damage, and fire pots are actually, they count as magic damage. So I throw the fire pot, I try to get some damage in here. He gets hit once, but it's not enough to do a lot of damage, unfortunately. I'm also keeping track, I'm counting. Warlocks, it costs them health to cast. He's cast 2 curses. I'm not sure if, I don't think Phantomize costs any health. And now he's cast Flame Walk. So that's 3 spells he's cast, plus that 1 bit of tick damage from the fire pot. He needs to hit me with a curse to heal back up, and he hasn't hit me yet. So I know that his health is like middle low. I want to get close to him, but I'm concerned about the... Gotta be hurting. The fire. Hit him. So now I'm really excited because I've hit him with a lot of stuff, and in my excitement I misclick a couple times trying to throw my torch. I should probably just reload my crossbow, but I'm a little bit discombobulated. I was hoping there I could block his curse, but either he aimed high or aimed low. He got smart. So now he's regaining health. I intentionally tank that Dark Bolt because I want to get close enough to do melee damage. You could also see in my inventory, I should have mentioned this earlier, but I've taken my chest off. I must have done that really early in the fight, knowing that I was going to have to chase down this Warlock. Because I'm not worried about melee damage from him, it's only really magic damage. I want the movement speed to be able to catch this guy. So I take off my plate to make it easier to chase him down, and so far I've been happy with how I've been able to close the gap. Tank the bolt, get close to get a hit, and then he has to phantomize again. Now I wisen up and reload my crossbow. Miss my shot. Block his curse. The heater shield is so good for blocking magic. I think this is another good example of me maturing a little bit. The old me would have pushed that door and just kept the pressure on even though I didn't have full health. I decided to hold up and use a pot, heal up. And there. I hear him go for a surge kit. So that tells me that he's basically indisposed.
He's trying to search kit, I think.
So that encourages me to rush in. He hears me come through the door, so he abandons the search kit. And now here we're finally in melee. I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't realize that he had a longsword this whole time. It's his last resort. He doesn't want a melee, but here we are. And he's in parry position. My goal against longswords is always just to stick to my first attack, because my first attack matches the angle of his longsword and makes it really hard for him to parry. Okay, so I don't really make a mistake. I liked the angle of my shot, but he either turned at the last minute to catch my attack, or my follow-through caught the sword like I didn't expect. Bad news. I've triggered his parry. I've triggered his riposte. I have to know that some pretty major damage is incoming. Luckily, I was able to back away enough. He was also backing away, so the two of us moving away from each other meant that he missed his first attack. And then I was able to get his second attack. Now he's in a pretty good position for me. The whole side of his body is exposed, and I'm pretty confident that using my first attack with my armor sword, I'm going to be able to find some portion of his body to land the attack. I managed to clip his toes, and he must have been very, very low health because it only took a toe shot to bring him down. So that's a lot of stuff in his inventory. Time is very tight. There's not a lot of time. I didn't realize
19 seconds.
how little time there was. And the question is, can I get to the exit in time? I'd actually never cut it that close before. I had never heard the rather serious sounds, crashing and banging noises of the mine collapsing. But that's what it is. That's what it does. The heater shield, I think, was MVP there. I blocked maybe 4 or 5 of his curses, which really prevented him from healing up, from magic healing. And by the time he was forced into melee, he must have been very low health, under half health. So all it took was a couple of hits to bring him down. GG, man.